Hello friends, welcome to another video. Yes, today is the last day to get any of the Black Friday sales that are going on right now. We're going to be talking about why I am so passionate about gut health in a second, but before we begin, please go check out the plant-based bundle, the ultimate yoga bundle, our ebooks, which are 60% off right now, or any of the other Black Friday sales, because today is the final day to get any of these amazing deals. If you were looking for some of our ebooks, now is the time. So click on the link in the description box below. We've got the plant-based bundle where you're getting over $460 worth of just our content, along with like over $3,000 worth of other people's content for 50 bucks. This is the most amazing sale right now, so go check that one out. You can also get 60% off any or all of our raw vegan recipe ebooks from our store with code RAWFOOD60. Osea Malibu has a sale, Excalibur Dehydrator has a sale, the Harvest Right Freeze Dries have a sale. There's tons of sales going on right now, so go to the description box below and check out if there's anything in there that interests you. Again, this is the last chance to get any of those sales. As many of you know, I am extremely passionate about gut health. This is something that I've really come to embrace since about 2020 when I read Fiber Fueled by Dr. Will Bulsiewicz. This book changed the way I started choosing my raw foods. Now, I always did eat a very wide variety of raw food. I always ate lots of salads, lots of sprouts and vegetables. But after reading that book, I really shifted my focus to adding even more variety and realizing the importance of more fiber, ferments, and other things in my diet. So this book, totally highly recommend. Fiber Fueled by Dr. Will Bulsiewicz. Another book that I found really awesome is called Microbiome Thyroid by Raphael Kelman. So these two books definitely helped to shift how I choose my raw foods moving forward. And on top of that, a really personal reason why I'm so passionate about gut health is that I have a family history of gut disease. So my mother had colon cancer, and a lot of you who know my mom, the Gentle Homeopath on Instagram, she had a grapefruit-sized tumor removed from her colon, and she now eats a plant-based diet, and she's still around, so we're really happy with that. But that's a gut thing that I am concerned about. My mother had colon cancer. I don't want to get colon cancer, at least to limit my chances as best I possibly can. And her brother, my uncle, died when I was 10 years old from complications with Crohn's disease. And he had part of his colon removed. He was in an extreme amount of pain. And I saw that as a 10-year-old. And now I really don't want to have any gut issues. I suffered with candida overgrowth for 15 years. I had gut dysbiosis. I had constipation one day, diarrhea the next day. I was never diagnosed with anything specific like IBS, which I probably had something similar, but I had a lot of gut issues when I was younger. So even from young teens, I had gut issues all the way up until I went raw at age 34. So it's like over 9 years ago now I went raw. And I've basically spent the last 3 years really highly hyper-focused on building my microbiome, because it is important to me that I really take good care of that. And a lot of times family history can repeat itself if we eat the same thing that our family ate. And I don't want to be there. I don't want to live an average life and get the average illness to the best of my ability. Now, when I say that, obviously a raw diet isn't immortality. I'm not going to live forever. I'm going to age. This is a fact of life, and I will be grateful for any years that I'm granted. I just love to be alive, and I want to enjoy my life to the max that I can, and I need to fuel my body with the appropriate foods in order to enjoy my life. Because I used to think that I needed food to enjoy my life, like I needed to eat pizzas and chips, and I just like self-love, I just like love the food. But it wasn't loving me back, and I felt horrible. My digestion was horrible. My skin was crazy. I had like severe cystic acne, and it was painful. And no amount of makeup could cover it up. The makeup actually made it worse, but when I wouldn't wear makeup, it would be incredibly red and inflamed, and I just was having a lot of pain. So fixing my gut helped fix my skin, because I believe a lot of the issues, pretty much, I would say most issues, begin in the gut with a dysbiotic gut. So if you have more bad bacteria than you have good, it's in dysbiosis. We need to lower the bad bacteria and increase the good bacteria by changing what we fuel the body with. We need to eat more fiber and more fiber variety. So this is a huge reason why I am so passionate about it, because I hear also tons of stories of people who have damaged guts, and 98% of people with eating disorders have gut issues. So we really need to focus on fueling and building the gut. And this is something that I'm very, very passionate about, because I hear so many stories of people having issues. And when they take the time to slowly change what they're eating and be diligent with it, be consistent, going slow and low, like Dr. Will says, increasing the fiber and being patient with themselves, can eventually, for most people, help grow and build a strong microbiome. So again, that's one big reason why I'm so passionate, is because of my family history, and I really enjoy it. That's another reason. I actually really thoroughly enjoy learning about my gut microbiome, what builds my microbiome, what I can eat that can shift my microbiome, what varieties can I add, and I feel like it's kind of, in a way, a little adventure, so to speak. I am working with my microbiome. They're my little buddies. Like Nate says, he calls them his little dudes. They are part of us and they require fuel. So I want to feed them as much as I feed myself. And I love the process. I love exploring new foods. I love trying new flavors and new different things that we can find at the grocery store. I love testing my microbiome and seeing where I'm at. What can I do to improve? How can I shift things to make my gut even better? I really am passionate about it because it's fun. I have a family history of it, and Dr. Will Bolsheviks really opened my eyes to a lot of different things when it comes to gut health. So I just ran with it. I love it. I love talking about it. And I love hearing people healing from their issues by simply taking the time and going slow with adding new fibers. That's a big one. You gotta go slow, especially if you're coming from a restrictive past or a diet that is already very low in fiber and low in fiber variety. You gotta go slow. Most people can't just jump right into a raw diet. Some can, which is awesome, but it's just a really good idea to go slow and transition slowly. Increase your fiber slowly. Work with your gut instead of against it. You don't want to force it into anything, because then you're going to get really uncomfortable symptoms. And a lot of people who force it into it too fast get crazy gut symptoms, like lots of gas and bloating, because it was just too much for their gut that is really trying really hard to deal with the fiber, but they just can't. They're just not strong enough. They're not big enough. So if you go slower and you give them a little bit of food every day and you increase it every week or two, and you just move slowly, then your gut can grow without you having all these crazy, intense gut symptoms. Because again, gas is not evil or bad or toxic or anything. Gas is a sign that your gut is actually fermenting things. It's the excessive amounts of gas that is just a signal to you saying your gut is like, whoa, 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 slow down on the amount of fiber, maybe pull it back a little bit, but slowly increase it instead of dumping a huge amount on them all at once. Because again, if you come from a weak microbiome, then it's going to take time to build it up so that you can have 2 cups of broccoli and a cup of sprouted lentils and all this other food. And chewing Chewing is so important too. Chewing is probably one of the most important things. Just the act of chewing more thoroughly can improve your microbiome. It also improves your absorption. Chewing is so important. We're all worried about how many nutrients we're absorbing, but while we're wolfing down food, we gotta slow down and we gotta chew our food even better so that we can get the most out of the food that we're eating. The human microbiome is currently endangered because we're eating such a low fiber diet. And I was as well. I was there too. I had, like I said, candida overgrowth for 15 years. I was diagnosed around age 19, 20. And it wasn't until I went raw at age 34 that I actually healed my candida. And I did a lot of stuff. I worked in the natural health industry and I had access to all kinds of cleanses and protocols and all this stuff, herbs and kits and everything. I did the bentonite clay thing with the psyllium. I did candida cleanse kits. I did the oregano oil. I did the grapefruit seed extract. I did gallbladder flushes. I did fasts and juice cleanses. I did all that stuff in my 20s. And I tried raw multiple times, but I was always doing the high fat version. I tried keto. I tried different versions of Weston Price style. I tried all kinds of stuff to get rid of my candida and to boost my immune system. I was sick like every 2 months with something. I either had a yeast infection, a bladder infection, or a cold or a flu, or just feeling run down. And I was not eating properly. I had to change the foundation of what I was eating. I had to build my microbiome. So this is another reason why I'm so passionate, is because I went through this stuff and I have built my bacteria up from a really damaged state. I was not breastfed, so I didn't get a lot of the bacteria that a lot of newborns do get when they are breastfed that sets us up for life. So I was already compromised, and eating the diet that I was and having all of this gut dysbiosis and doing all these like cleanses and everything, it just was not getting rid of the root problem, which was my dysbiotic gut. I was not feeding my good guys. I was taking probiotics and they would help here and there, but if I stopped taking them, everything came back because they're transient. They just help on the way through, but you have to build your own bacteria, which I didn't realize until even just a few years ago. I realized that the reason why I was able to build my gut was because when I went raw, I started eating such a huge, wide variety of foods, lots of salads, lots of sprouts, lots of all that kind of stuff. So that really helped me. And I haven't had any candida symptoms since. Following a low-fat diet is key as well, and just loading up on that variety. So that is why I'm so passionate about the gut, and I'm here to help anyone who's interested. I know Ombre Lab is having a Black Friday sale right now on their kits. Ombre Lab is the testing company that we love and use for our microbiome testing, and we got kits on the Black Friday sale. So check out Ombre Lab, ombrelab.com. In the description box below. I have all the links to all the cool Black Friday sales going on right now, including the best one, which is the plant-based bundle, where you're getting over $3,500 worth of content, including $460 worth of our content for 50 bucks. 12 things you're getting in there, including our video courses, cravings, microgreens, kitchen essentials. All of the goodies are in there, including the wraps and the tacos. So go check it out. If you didn't want to get the bundle though, you can still enjoy 60% off any of our recipes until November 28th. So head on down to the description box below and see all the goodies that we have for you available for Black Friday. Thank you again for joining me for this video. I love you all so much, and I hope you can add some bonus variety into your salad tonight. We will be back tomorrow with another video. So until then, fruit on.